All right, I wanted to go through this quiz review. It's day 8 in your packet, the second packet where it says modules. So I'm going to work through this. You start and stop the video as needed in order for you to complete it and understand it, okay? I'll make notes, and this might be a little bit longer than normal video. Georgina works in the 30th floor of an office building. She took the elevator to the cafeteria on the 7th floor. How many floors did she travel? So essentially, we just have 30 minus 7. She traveled 23 floors. She started up here, she went down. That's a subtraction problem. Which of the following expressions has the greatest value? So you literally need to go through and find these solutions. Notice A says minus a minus and with a minus right there. So -3 plus -4 gets you -7. -7 minus a minus 2 means 7 plus 2. Now I have to subtract. 7 minus 2 is 5. Check the sign, -5. These are all, these two are negatives. -3 plus -4, -7 minus 2. Rewrite as addition. 7 plus -2, -9. Okay, take the first two here. -3 plus plus, so plus 4. 4 minus 3 is 1, and it's a positive. Minus a minus 2, I end up with 3. Here I take these, same setup as this. So you saw that we ended up with plus 1, plus plus, so 4 minus 3. And then minus 2, so I get -1. So your final solution here with the greatest value is B. Okay, that's a -9, not a +9. Which of the following is modeled with the number line? So my starting point is 1, so all of them start at 1. Now I'm going this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. So that's -5. 1 plus -5. End up at -4. Okay, don't be fooled by this 5 here. This is 1 minus a minus 5, so that turns out to be adding it. I would have went this way. Number 4. Danielle is playing a game. She started with 10 points. In the first round, she lost 20, -20. Oh, she started with 10. In the second round, she won 45. Which of the following shows the changes? So it starts with 10. So these two are in. She does not start with negative. So these two are out. So multiple choice. So now lose 10, 20, lose 20. Gained 145. So that's a 145. That's a lost 45. Final answer, A. Which of the following has the same value as -10 plus -3? Well, first I need to know a negative plus a negative gets me a bigger negative, so that value is -13. -10 plus -3. Add the opposite. Aha, -13. By the way, 7 plus plus 7 plus plus, so that's a negative plus a positive, -7. Additive inverse. So whenever you add it, that means -3 plus something equals 0. It's the opposite. In this case, -3 plus +3 nets you 0. Next page. 414. Turn it over. What number can be added to -4 to get a sum of 0? Can't see it. It's right over here. Those are opposites. 4. 4 plus -4 is 0. Mike deposited 20 into his bank account. He then wrote checks for 20 and 30. Checks are subtraction. Then he deposited, that's a plus, $40 more. Which of the following represents the changes in Mike's account? So He started with 200, so they're all good. Then he wrote checks. Those are negatives, 20 and 30. So minus 20, minus 30. Plus 20, out. Minus 20, plus 30, out. Plus 20, out. So regardless of what happens, this is the only one that has minus a minus, meaning negative, negative. And then lastly, plus 40. Okay, a submarine elevation is negative 14 feet. A shark is swimming at an elevation of negative 56 feet. What is the difference? Difference is subtraction. Okay, between the submarine and the shark, negative 14, negative 56. This is a sub, this is a shark. So the difference is a subtraction problem. So we rewrite as addition, negative 14 plus positive 56. Oh, positive plus a negative, I subtract. 56 minus 14, 42. So what I'm saying is these are 42 feet apart. When I find the difference, I'm finding how far apart they are. Okay, the temperature in Montreal was negative 8. The temperature in New York was 11. How many degrees warmer was the temperature in New York? So I'm going to subtract. Here I have negative 8. Here I have 11. Here's 0. So I'm going to be subtracting 11 minus a minus 8. Taking away. Add the opposite. 11 plus 8 is 19. They are 19 degrees apart. So as you can see here, 11 and 8 equals 19. What is the value of negative 2 plus 100 minus 50? So I like to do this. Negative plus a positive, subtract. That's a positive 98. Minus a minus becomes plus. And I believe 98 plus 50 is 148. Danny scored 10 points in the first round of a game. So that's 10. He then lost 20 plus negative 20 in the second round. In the final round, he earned 40 points. What is Danny's score at the end of the game? So 10 plus negative 20 is negative 10. Plus 40. 40 minus 10 is 30, and it's a positive 30. So he ends up with a net gain of 30. Sean, Christian, Anthony, and Mike went to brunch together. Sean paid 30. Christian paid 10. And Anthony paid 20. If the total bill was 75, how much did Mike pay? Plus a negative 75. So we've got 40. 60 minus 75 is negative 15, which means Mike paid $15. That would get it to 0. There was a difference of $15 extra. Okay, that's 9 minutes. This is a long video. Okay. Jenna deposited $400 into her bank account. A couple of days later, she withdrew, which is a negative. The next day, she deposited, which is a positive. Later, she withdrew, which is a negative. Write an expression that represents the change. So 400 plus negative 50 plus 20 plus a negative 150. Okay, that's the changes. Doesn't say to solve it. This is how it would change. Write an addition or subtraction problem that is modeled by the number line below. So remember, we're starting with that number. 2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's to the left. 2 plus negative 6 plus 1, 2, 2 to the positive. Look where we end up at negative 2. If I were to add these up, I would get negative 4 plus 2. 4 plus, that would be negative 2. Same place. Tyrell went to the park to go jogging. The beginning of the running path has an elevation of negative 2. The highest is 14 feet. What is the difference? If it's a difference, we subtract between the highest and the beginning. So 14 minus, that's a difference. Well, minus what? Negative 2. So we were actually, here's the 14 up here, but then negative 2 is down below. So when I subtract them, here's the path. 14 minus a minus 2. Remember, we add the opposite. 16 feet. So what that means is this is 2 feet here. This is 14 up here. They are 16 feet apart. Value of x and y is negative. X is a positive number. Positive plus y equals a negative. What must be true about y? So y must be a bigger negative than the x. Okay, what is the value? So we go 2 at a time. Negative 3 plus 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. It's a positive. Minus 8. 7 plus the opposite. Add the opposite. Negative. So 8 minus 7 is 1, and it's a negative 1. Okay, 1207. Last page, guys. Meteorologists recorded temperature in 4 cities. The past 2 days is shown in the table above. Which city had the greatest increase in temperature between the 2 days? So this is at a negative 5. It's going to negative 1. Yeah, they're both low, but it's now warmer. It's now warmer. It's now warmer. It's now warmer. And they want to know which place is it the warmest. So I find the difference. Negative 5 minus a minus 1. So we add the opposite. Negative 5 plus, it is a change of 4 degrees. Negative 12 minus a minus 8, add the opposite. It is a change of 4 degrees, cold, warmer. Negative 11 minus a minus 2, add the opposite. That's a change of 9 degrees, so that got warmer 9 degrees. Negative 3 minus, that's 5. So it becomes negative 3, add the opposite, 8. So that got 8 degrees warmer. So City C had the greatest increase. Okay, almost done. The value of x minus y is negative. So x minus y is negative. And x and y are both positive. What can you conclude about the value of x and y? Well, when I subtract and get a negative number, that means this needs to be smaller than that. So x would be smaller than y because this equals 40 plus a negative 50, which equals negative 10. So x is less than y. Louisa claims that when she subtracts two negative numbers, the result is always positive. Is she correct? No, she is not. When she subtracts two negative numbers. So I don't know if that means negative 7 minus 5 which is -7 plus -5, which is -12. Okay. But don't like the way that's worded. Find the next three numbers in the sequence above. Describe the pattern. So -2, -1, 1, 0, -1, 1, -2, 1, 1 maybe? Skip that. Okay, this is the chapter review, day 8, the test review.